This lesson is Attracting Clients, or Marketing 101. The objectives for this particular lesson are how to attract clients, how to create hard copy that works, use free offers, websites and social media, getting yourself noticed, and client and project management. The hardest part of starting out in business is getting clients. Some things you want to do: be unique. Say and do things differently from your competitors. Specialize. Become a pro in just one or two areas. Stick within one or two industries. Don't try to be a jack of all trades. This is going to be able to help you talk with those prospective clients because you're going to be able to talk to them about a unique solution in their industry that you have for them because you understand their industry. Also, your appearance matters. Dress like your prospective client. Talk like your prospective client. Use their jargon. Smile and have a positive attitude. All of these things are going to help you get clients, as well as other things I'm going to talk about throughout this lesson. Now, obviously, you want to have business cards, right? You have to have business cards. Never, ever go anywhere without them, even when you're on your personal time. Now, try to make your business card unique in some way. Print both front and back. Use a heavier card stock. Maybe create an electronic card. Have a call to action on the card. Maybe put a QR code on there that leads them to a free offer on your website. Or have some action word like call for a free consultation. Email for a special report on some topic that they might be interested in. In today's high-tech world, people think they don't need printed brochures anymore. I would beg to differ. A high-quality brochure presents a very professional image. It separates you from the crowd. A double-sided folder into which you can place single-page flyers, I think, is great because a folder makes it easy for you to replace material and target who you're going into. You could actually put things in that are targeted to their company. If your information does not change that often, then maybe consider a real brochure with like a 2 to 4 page color glossy. Very impressive when you walk into a client with that. Don't just rely on pointing clients to your website. Now, one thing I just mentioned there was a one-page flyer. Create a one-page flyer for each service or product that you offer. You should be able to describe that product or service on one page. And if you can't, simplify your message. Have a graphic artist create a background for your flyers, and then you can just run it through your printer and put the text of whatever that particular product or service is right on top of that background. These flyers can be made available for download on your website. They'll also go into that folder that I was talking about earlier. Always have some sort of free offer that you can give to people. People love free things, right? They psychologically feel they owe you when you give them something for free. So offer something for free at trade shows, industry meetings, especially when you visit a prospective client. So what might you offer? Well, a free special report, a free hour of your consulting time. This is great for building rapport with a client. Your special reports could be anything that's related to something in their industry. Maybe some sort of free tool, a spreadsheet or a utility or something. A recent article related to their industry is a great free offer. One you wrote is even better. Or a book. And again, one you wrote is even better. Now, writing articles and books take a little more time, but they still should be considered a part of your marketing effort. Let's talk about emails. Now, emails are great for pushing out information. They are a good way to introduce yourself, but should not be your only means of communication. Please pick up the phone. Go see your customers as often as you can in person or an online meeting, something like that. You need to be in front of your customer, not just sending them emails. And this one is my biggest gripe. Make sure you include a signature line on every single email you send out. This should include your name, phone, email, website URL, and cell if appropriate. Those need to be on every email. Why? If you just send somebody, oh yeah, call me about that, and they have to go look up your information, right there, they're not going to have a good warm and fuzzy. So include a signature line on every single email. Don't make them look up how to get a hold of you. A professional looking website is absolutely essential to have in the business world today. Don't just throw something together. Either hire a graphic artist to put it together or get some sort of pre-built template from WordPress that you can then customize. Now make sure that you can add to your website easily, because I'm going to recommend that you update your website a minimum of 1 time a month. Once a week is even better. This helps raise your search engine standings. So definitely add new stuff to your website as often as you can. Add a page for press releases. Talk about projects you're involved with, places you're speaking, things like that in these press releases. Have a free resources page on your website where people can get things from you. Okay, be sure to get their name and email in return, though, so you can follow up with them. Add a sign-up page for your newsletter. Give people a benefit for signing up. Make sure if you have a newsletter, you have a place where they can opt out as well. Make sure you have a privacy policy page on your website. This is very important today. Each page should have a call to action. Click here to get X. Call us for more information about X. Now, sometimes people like to print things out to show their boss, so a downloadable PDF of your product or service should be on each web page. Now, think about the explosion of YouTube and videos that are out there. You should create a video on what your company does. This video should show off your personality, or you could hire a personality to represent you and your company. Create informational videos that you can sell and put them up on Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, Audacity, things like that. By having those videos, they also sell yourself, which then sells your company. Also, create some free informational videos and put these videos on YouTube. Create a channel or channels and then link to those videos from your website. All of these things will help you present a more professional image. Now, I recognize that writing is not for everybody, but I'll tell you, if you can create a blog page, this is a great place for you to practice writing, but just make sure you do keep it up to date. Create a white papers page. This is for topics that are of interest to your target market. Create a case studies page on your website and describe a problem you solved and describe the solution you created to solve that problem. As you get better at writing, you might consider writing articles for magazines. This way you get paid to market your services to the industry in which you're in. You then can get reprints from the magazine and pass these out to clients. Also, make sure you link to those articles from your website. Probably do a press release for each one every time it comes out as well. Books. If you got it in you, write one, okay? Or at least maybe hand out to your prospective clients ones that you liked. If there's a specific book by a specific author that's applicable for that prospective client, great. Buy it for them, give it to them. All of these are great ways to gain credibility within your industry. By doing more and more writing, you're going to find that this will improve your client communications. This is going to help you in all aspects of your business, I guarantee you. Now, use spell and grammar check on every piece of communication that goes out of your company. You do not want to have a typo on your website, on a flyer, or go out on an email. Maybe even have someone else in your company review important communications. I'd even highly recommend taking a writing class at a local junior college or something. Newsletters are something else. I love newsletters. These are informational things that go out to your clients. You can use a lot of the same material as your blog. Keep them informative, though. Keep your newsletters informative. Write articles that are of value to your prospects. Don't sell in your newsletter. If you do, it could be a real soft sell just by mentioning your services. And then have a place on your website where people can sign up for your newsletter. You might want to buy a mailing list even to start it out and get your newsletter out there to, several thousand people. Make sure, though, that if you are doing this, you're following all the rules for emailing newsletters so you don't get marked as spam. So include your physical address, a link to an opt-out of the newsletter, all the things that you need to do for a newsletter over email. You could also consider sending your newsletter through snail mail. So just mail it to your prospective clients. Press releases are not just for the big companies. Press releases are for you to tell what's going on in your company. Hey, I just published an article. I just published a book. I published a blog post. I started a new project with this great company. I just finished a project with this great company. And now they're asking me to do another project. Things like that. A press release is for you to inform your prospective clients something that's going on. So where do you publish these? Put it on your website first and foremost. Maybe try to get an article into a local newspaper if that's appropriate. Okay? Put on websites where your clients frequent. One of the best ways to advertise your goods or services is to get publicity. And we do that by typically doing things for the community. We sponsor a charity event. We organize a charity event and sponsor it. Call the press. Let them know that this is going on. Issue that press release. Pass out your marketing material at that event. Run a user group for people in your industry. All of these things are things that you can do for free that are good for the community, but also get your name out there and your company name out there. This is free, takes a little time, but it's free and it's great publicity, and people like to work with people who volunteer their time. Speaking of which, volunteering. Volunteer at local groups. Offer to do gratis work for charities, right? Other business owners attend to these who may need your services. So by volunteering, you're again getting your name out there. It's a great place to network as well. So offer free consultation to prospective clients. Don't give away too much, right? Have one or two ideas that will get them started, and then hopefully they're going to need you to finish. Most industries have some sort of trade show, so definitely look up these and maybe sponsor that trade show, that conference. Put a giveaway into the main conference drawing if you can. Get your printed material into each attendee bag. Network at all the seminars and the social events while you're at that trade show or conference. Have a booth. Have a free offer at the booth. Do a giveaway at the booth. Gather names of the people who visit your booth, and then send an email follow-up with a call to action for those people that visited. Now, this next topic may strike fear into your hearts, but public speaking is a great way to add credibility to yourself. When you speak, people think you are an expert, whether you are or not. This is an excellent way to get new clients because when people see you speak, they want to come up and talk to you afterwards. You can then upsell them on your services. So I'd highly recommend take a speech class, right, at a local junior college or somewhere, because this is going to help you speak more confidently to your clients. If you don't have a local speech class, then consider looking up Toastmasters in your area. This is a great place to get practice. Maybe speak at some local events. This might help you meet potential clients in your local area. Check out meetup.com and find a group and ask if you can be a speaker. Then you can work your way up and maybe even get to speak at major conferences in your industry. Now, if you do this, you'll have to work up to this, but if you can do it, this is the best way to gain credibility and clients. Social media, love it or hate it, but either way, you've got to use it in your business. Facebook. Create a corporate page and keep it completely separate from your personal page. Do not invite customers into your personal Facebook. LinkedIn is for that. LinkedIn, you invite everyone into your LinkedIn account. And this is where you list all your skills and what you're good at. Twitter, if you're going to use it, that's fine, but make sure you keep it up to date. Always do a link to your blog, your newsletter, press releases, things like that. Your blog should be considered part of your social media. You should be writing in this weekly at least. Keep it informative. Don't use your blog to sell. Or if you do, only do it periodically and do a very soft sell. You could post the link to the new blog posts on your other social media sites. Every time you put out a new blog, put it up on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You could start a Meetup.com group for your target market or join several of them that your customers or potential customers would be in. Now, again, at the very beginning, I asked if you are ready by asking, are you outgoing? Do you have the ability to go up to total strangers and start talking to them? Networking is huge for growing a business. You need to be able to go to local business groups. You find groups that your target market attends, and you mingle with everyone you can before and after. If it helps, take a friend or a colleague who can be your wing person and help with those introductions. Check out your local Chamber of Commerce. Check out your local Rotary Club, the Toastmasters Club, Meetup.com, and offer to speak at these and even sponsor them if you can. Now, I'm sure a lot of this is for the United States. I'm sure that in other countries you have similar organizations, similar business groups. So seek those out, find them, and go there and start talking with people. Now, everything I've talked to up to this point has been about marketing, getting your word out, but how do you keep track of where you get your customers? And it is really important to keep track of where you get your customers. So when people download your free offers on your website, ask for their name and email in exchange, right? When you're doing trade shows, make sure you're gathering those and keep track of where you got the most customers. This is going to help you know what marketing avenues are working and those that are not. So definitely keep track of every marketing effort. Put on unique marketing codes. Do something to identify those customers and where you got them. Now, up to this point, we've talked a lot about how to get the clients. Once you have the client, how do you track them? What do you do? Well, you should track personal information about your clients, their birthdays, their anniversaries, any special dates, things they enjoy, sports, theater, cars, motorcycles, travel. Keep track of their significant other and kids' names and the things that they do, because by doing this, what you can then do is you can send those clients information on local events that they may enjoy. Offer to take your clients to a local event that they would enjoy. This is a great way to talk business as well as establish more of a personal relationship with them. Be sure you're talking to your clients and your past clients once a week or more. Visit them as often as you can, either in person or maybe online through a Zoom call. And ask for more work. Ask for referrals. Ask for testimonials, letters of recommendation from your existing clients and even your past clients, because you can then use these to show potential new clients, hey, look at all this great work I've done for all these great clients. Also, while you're at the client's place of work, try to meet other people, especially try to meet their bosses. And then ask about what else is going on in their organization. What other problems might they have in their organization that you might be able to help solve? Look for opportunities then to expand to other departments within that company. Now, when you go into business for yourself, you must, absolutely must, have more than one client. Do not rely on one client, because if you lose that one client, your whole business could just immediately go out of business. What you should do, you get your first client, but you always are looking for your next client. When you get the next one, you look for the next one. You look for the next. You're continually always looking for your next client. Don't get so bogged down into one client and their projects that you neglect marketing. Marketing has to be an ongoing thing over and over and over again. In this lesson, we learned that marketing is all about being visible. You should always be in your customer's mind. Think about the tree trimmer or the plumber who just dropped off their business card on their doorstep. You may throw the first 5 away until you notice that I got a plumbing problem or a tree trimming problem, and I now grab whoever that last card was that was on my doorstep. Well, it's the same thing. You want to always be leaving your card, and you do that through emails, newsletters, blog posts, articles, keeping in contact with your clients always. You're always then leaving your card. Just show up. Create a great online presence. Be visible in the community. And boy, I tell you, if you can, make yourself famous. These are the top ideas that I find really make a successful business. Coming up next, thriving in the lean times.